Welcome back to CarWow 787, where we break down the machines that keep America and the world moving. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into the heart of the trucking industry. Whether you're behind the wheel, in the shop, or just passionate about diesel technology, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about one of the most popular and widely respected power plants in the heavy-duty trucking world, the PACCAR MX-15 engine. This engine has earned a name for itself in the Class 8 segment, found in Kenworths and Peterbilts across North America. If you've ever pulled up at a truck stop and heard that distinct hum under the hood of a big rig, chances are you were listening to the heartbeat of an MX-15. Let's start from the ground up. The PACCAR MX-15 is a 12.9-liter inline-six diesel engine designed with one primary goal in mind: maximum fuel efficiency and reliability for long-haul and vocational applications. It's a derivative of the DAF MX engines used in Europe, adapted and built for the North American market at PACCAR's Columbus, Mississippi plant. This isn't just a rebranded motor, it's engineered specifically to withstand the unique demands of North American freight. The MX-15 typically produces between 405 and 510 horsepower, with torque output ranging from 1,450 to 1,850 pounds-ft, depending on the configuration. That kind of torque comes on low in the RPM range, right where truckers need it most, especially when climbing grades or pulling heavy loads. What makes the MX-15 stand out isn't just its numbers, but the way it delivers them. This engine is built with a compact graphite iron block, a material that offers high strength without unnecessary weight. Lighter engine weight means better fuel economy, more payload capacity, and less wear on supporting components. The common rail fuel system used in the MX-15 allows for precise fuel injection, helping the engine run quieter and more efficiently. That's important not just for fuel savings, but also for reducing driver fatigue and minimizing the environmental impact. Speaking of emissions, the MX-15 is fully compliant with EPA and GHG standards, using a combination of selective catalytic reduction (SCR), diesel oxidation catalyst (DOC), and a diesel particulate filter (DPF). These systems work together to clean up the exhaust without killing performance. But the real genius of the MX-15 is in its intelligent design. The oil and coolant systems have been optimized to reduce parasitic loss, and components like the fuel pump, oil pump, and water pump are gear-driven for reliability. There's less to break, and less that needs constant attention. One of the more appreciated features among fleet operators is the long service interval. With proper maintenance, oil changes can be stretched out to 60,000 miles or more, depending on duty cycle and oil quality. That's less time in the shop, more time on the road, and fewer disruptions to your revenue stream. Now, if you're running long haul, you know how important uptime is. PACCAR designed the MX-15 with that in mind. The engine is equipped with diagnostics and prognostics built into the control system. What does that mean? It means the engine can detect and communicate potential issues before they become costly failures. Whether you're running with a fleet management system or just watching the dash, that kind of early warning can save you thousands in repairs and downtime. Let's talk about noise. For drivers spending 10 to 14 hours a day in the cab, engine noise makes a difference. The MX-15 runs noticeably quieter than many competitors. Its fuel injection system, block design, and mounting geometry all contribute to lower decibel levels. Less noise equals a more comfortable ride and more restful brakes when you're off duty. The PACCAR MX-15 also features a variable geometry turbocharger, which improves low-end torque and high-end power while helping with engine braking. That means when you're coming down a steep grade, you're getting a lot more support from the engine brake, reducing wear on your service brakes and giving you better control over your load. For drivers that regularly deal with mountain passes or tight schedules, that's a big plus. Now let's not sugarcoat it, no engine is perfect. Some early versions of the MX-13 and MX-15 had teething issues, like injector failures or coolant system quirks, but PACCAR has done a solid job addressing those issues over time. The current generation is a different beast, and many fleet owners report consistent performance with relatively few major problems, as long as maintenance schedules are followed. If you're considering buying a truck with an MX-15, you should know that parts and service availability are generally excellent. Because PACCAR powers both Peterbilt and Kenworth models, you're never too far from a dealership or authorized service center. The parts network has expanded a lot over the past 5 years, and PACCAR has invested heavily in tech training for their dealer networks, so qualified techs are usually easy to find. Fuel economy is one of the most important factors for any fleet, and that's another area where the MX-15 shines. With a well-spec'd truck and careful driving, it's not uncommon to see averages north of 7.5 mpg even with a full load. That's a big deal in today's freight market, where every drop of diesel matters. Now, let's talk integration. One of the reasons the MX-15 works so well is because PACCAR doesn't just build engines, they design the entire powertrain system. That includes transmissions like the PACCAR 12-speed automated unit and PACCAR-branded axles. When everything is built to work together, you get smoother shifts, better torque delivery, and fewer headaches from mismatched components. It's a more cohesive driving experience and a more efficient drivetrain overall. Driver feedback on the MX-15 is generally positive. Most say it pulls strong, brakes hard when needed, and doesn't wear them out over a long day. It's not the flashiest engine on the market, but it's one of the most dependable. And that's exactly what most drivers and fleet owners want, something that just works day after day, mile after mile. It's worth mentioning that PACCAR has been steadily improving the software that manages these engines. The ECU receives regular updates, and new calibration options allow fleets to customize performance to their needs. Whether you're optimizing for fuel economy, power, or durability, there are options to fine-tune the engine's behavior. The addition of remote diagnostics and over-the-air updates means that even when your truck is on the road, it can stay connected to the shop, and that can mean faster service, quicker turnarounds, and less guesswork when something goes wrong. From an ownership standpoint, resale value on trucks equipped with MX-15 engines tends to hold up well. PACCAR's reputation, combined with the engine's growing reliability record, makes it a solid investment for the long haul. Whether you plan to run a truck to 1 million miles or trade it in at 500,000, the MX-15 gives you options. Of course, no engine exists in a vacuum. If you're cross-shopping, you'll probably also be looking at the Cummins X15. And while the X15 has its own loyal following and strengths, especially at higher horsepower ratings, the PACCAR MX-15 holds its own through better integration, slightly lower weight, and often better fuel efficiency in real-world conditions. It all depends on your priorities. Want raw power? Maybe the Cummins wins. Want a balanced, efficient engine with great support and integration? The MX-15 is tough to beat. Another thing worth touching on is how the engine performs in cold weather. PACCAR engineers designed the MX-15 with cold starts in mind, using high-pressure fuel injection and preheating technologies that help the engine fire up in sub-zero temperatures. For anyone running freight through the upper Midwest or into Canada, that's a huge benefit. Downtime due to cold start failures isn't just annoying, it can be dangerous. So to sum it all up, the PACCAR MX-15 is a modern, well-engineered diesel engine designed for durability, efficiency, and long-haul performance. It's powerful enough for heavy freight, efficient enough to save on fuel, and smart enough to keep itself running with minimal intervention. For many drivers and fleets, it offers a perfect balance of performance, cost, and serviceability. If you're already driving a truck with an MX-15 under the hood, drop your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear how it's holding up for you. And if you're considering a new truck and debating which engine to go with, hopefully this breakdown helped give you some clarity.